Well, hi, welcome back to Robinznest Knits. As you saw, there's a lot of bird activity going on today. Those were all red-winged blackbirds, and we have them by the few hundreds, as you probably saw. Anyway, they have discovered the bird feeder. They're out in the pasture, enjoying whatever it is they're finding out there. But it's nice to see so much activity. Well, welcome back. As I said, I'm Robin. This is Robinznest Knits. You can find me on YouTube as Robinznest Knits. You can find my Etsy shop at robinznestknits.etsy.com. My Instagram page is Robinznest Knits, and my email is robinznest.knits@gmail.com. And remember, Robin's Nest has a Z in the middle and not an S. All right, episode 5. We're already to our 5th episode. That's exciting. I hope you all had a good last couple of weeks since we talked last. It's been busy here. I think as I left off last time, I was getting company, which we indeed did have, and it was a great long weekend with them. It was my husband's niece and her husband and their 4 children, and we had such a great time hanging out together. And one of the highlights for me, well, the kids loved their toys that I knit them, that I shared on my last podcast. But one of the highlights for me was one day I spent with the older 2, 10-year-old June and 6-year-old Samuel, and I taught them all about wool. So I used to have sheep. I had a couple of sheep that I raised for their fiber. So I got out some dirty fiber, some of the clean fiber, showed them the difference between the two. I showed them how to pick all the veggie matter out. I showed them how to comb it. And then I showed them how to spin it on a drop spindle. So that was a lot of fun. I'll put some pictures in here so you can kind of see a little bit of what we did. But it was great fun. And then, of course, we celebrated Valentine's Day this week. We kind of had a low-key Valentine's Day here. We had our little grandson that day, and we took him to McDonald's to play on the playground. He likes that, the indoor playground. And then that evening, my husband and I went out to dinner together. Well, we went to another grandson's basketball game at 4 o'clock. And then we went out to Texas Roadhouse for dinner, and that was nice. We had a good evening together. So yeah, it was nice. I like Valentine's Day. Sometimes you hear a lot of negativity about it, but I think it's a great day, a nice day just to highlight the love you have for people in your life. Okay. Oh, also, I was talking about all the birds out there. I noticed my blueberry bushes are all budded out, which kind of makes me nervous. I'll put a picture in here so you can kind of see them. So I really would love to grow blueberries, but blueberries require very acidic soil. And here in Southwest Idaho, our soil is very alkaline. So I don't really know anybody, I've heard of a couple people that can grow blueberries in their garden, in the ground. They have to treat their soil and keep it acidic. And I've tried that 2 or 3 times in the past. Never was successful at it. So a couple years ago, I decided to plant blueberries in planters on my patio. And last year would have been the first year for berries, which you don't really produce a lot the first year. You have to wait for the second year. And they did, I think one died and the rest came back. And so then I got more blueberries and planted more. So I think I have 9 or 10 planters now with blueberries, different varieties. And they've every single one of them have budded out already. And it's still cold here. So I was really nervous about it. I thought, do I need to cover them? Do I need to bring them up next to the house? I wasn't sure what to do. But I've researched it a little bit, and apparently if the buds are still tightly closed, they can withstand pretty cold weather, I think down to 21 degrees, and it's not that cold here. So I think they're okay. So I'm just kind of keeping an eye on them. And if they start to open their buds, then I'm going to have to start covering them at night. But so far, I think they're okay. I just made myself an espresso. It's like a triple shot. So I'll probably be up. I want to finish a book tonight, so I'll be up tonight. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's go to what I'm wearing. So you might see this cowl I'm wearing. This is the Piper Journeys shawl that I made a few years ago. This is a design by Paula Evans Feasley. And I don't know, you might remember her. She had an audio podcast called Knitting Pipeline. And I always enjoyed her podcast so much. She was a lady probably in her 60s, I guess, probably my age, maybe a little older. And her voice, there was something about her voice that reminded me so much of my grandmother. And she was Scandinavian, as was my grandmother, so maybe that's the inflection that was in her voice. But I loved listening to her talk. And she always had really informational podcasts. She had actually met Elizabeth Zimmerman and had corresponded with her over the years through letters. And so oftentimes she would read one of the letters she had received from Elizabeth Zimmerman. And that was kind of, you could tell, was a highlight of her life. Sadly, she developed ovarian cancer and passed away a couple years ago. Strangely enough, my grandmother, who she reminds me of, also passed away from ovarian cancer. But I just really liked her. I still have her podcasts on my phone, and sometimes I just listen to them sporadically just to hear her voice and hear her talk. But anyhow, she played bagpipes, and so her show was called Knitter's Pipeline, and she named this shawl Piper's Journey, and it's just a little shawlette. I knit this out of Quince & Co. chickadee yarn. It's a sport weight, and the colorway, funny enough, is bird's egg. So I like it, but I really like in the wintertime something around my neck. I don't like to wear coats or jackets very much, but as long as I have something around my neck, it's very comforting and warm to me. And so this is a nice little shawlette that I wear quite a bit, wrapped around. It's just kind of show you the shape of it. If you can see that. It's just a very simple design. I remember really enjoying making it. Probably should make another one because I really like it. Anyhow, that's what I'm wearing today. I did not think I was going to have anything finished this week to share with you. And then yesterday, I had to go to one of my grandson's wrestling meets. And I don't love wrestling, but it's my grandson, so I'll be there. So what I like to do is find a spot in the bleachers and just make my little nest, get my drink and my knitting bag and my phone and my glasses, get everything all set up and knit. And so that's what I did. And I was able to push through and finish a pair of socks. So they're just a pair of vanilla socks. They're for my husband. These are made out of mustache yarn. It's the perfect stash, I guess, where it comes in 2 wound balls that start at the same point, so the striping match on each sock. The colorway is called a Case of the Mondays. I used a needle size of 1.5 or 2.5 millimeter and a 64 count size. And my husband tried them on last night. He really liked them. So they'll be going into his sock drawer. So I had a finish this week. I was excited because I didn't think I was going to make it. So what have I been working on? I have a lot of whips, and so I've been working on 1, 2, 3, counting socks, 4 of them in the last couple weeks. So probably my oldest whip, well, close to my oldest whip, probably not the oldest, is this Cozy Comfort blanket. This is a pattern by Molly of Homespun House. And this is the second one I've done. This, I like this pattern. It's just a garter stitch blanket, and I just fade. I had some different colors of Knit Picks yarn, and I just decided to blend them and stripe them. This is a cosmic color, I think. Let's see if I can find the colorway. Probably not. No. But I happen to have 2 of these kind of gray speckled ones. And then I had this black. It's a tonal black called Klamath Falls. Okay. That's a place in Oregon. So I had a couple of those. And then I had just kind of this gray, light gray Cascade Heritage. So I thought it would be fun to kind of use all that yarn up. So I've just kind of been blending it, holding it double with the gray Cascade Heritage. And so far I've got this. And like I said, this is my second Cozy Comfort blanket, and I really like it. It's so squishy and so, I lost a stitch here. There we go. So comfortable. And I'll do an I-cord edging around the edges when I'm done. But I just keep this by my chair downstairs when I'm in the morning mostly, and I'll knit a few rows on that. And I really enjoy that. My Land of Sweets cowl hasn't got much attention, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But I think last time I had made it up to this dark red stripe, and I've put on 1 more section since then. I was trying to decide if I was going to leave that red in there or not, and I apparently decided I was. I'm still not sure I like it. It just stands out to me so much, but it'll be in about the middle, so when I'm wearing it, it'll probably be more scrunched inside, not that noticeable. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. But this was made out of the Legacy Fiber Arts Christmas Advent yarn from this last year, 2023. And I'm still enjoying that. And I haven't done any work on the Sweet Shop blanket. I'm kind of in the same spot that I was a couple weeks ago. And that's all because I started another project. So this is in a bag I made, a few years ago. This is going to be a cardigan for my granddaughter. It's the film reel cardigan for kids, film reel for kids. So I am using, so the pattern is Film Reel for Children by Elena Nodal, N-O-D-E-L. And this yarn I bought on Etsy at Serendipity. And this is the Gradient King Mountain fingering set. So it's kind of pinks. And then it goes, there's 6 colors. And it goes all the way kind of this darker, so it'll work its way down. But she loves pink and purple, so I think that this will be really fun for her. The pattern is like 14 pages long, and it's kind of intimidating because it's giving you all these math equations to figure out when to change your color, and how it depends on how long you want it, and you have to divide it and subtract stuff. I was like, I don't want to mess with all that. And so what I did was just decided I want it to be 19 inches from the neck to the bottom. And I have 6 colors, so I divided 6 into 19. I got a little over 3 inches. So I'm doing about 3 1/4 inches for each color section. I think that's going to work out. I'm on the 3rd color now. And she's 8 years old, so I think this is going to be just fine. I haven't taken my gauge or done anything. I've just kind of been knitting on it. It's a fun little knit. Every color change, there's a little pattern in there that you put in. I really like that. So yeah, that's what has been getting a lot of my time the last couple of weeks in the evenings during my TV knitting time. And that's why my blanket and other stuff have not been getting the attention they deserve. But that's okay. How many whips do you have? Leave a comment below and tell me, how many whips do you have going at a time? I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that I know of. They don't all get work done all the time. And sometimes I'm more in the mood to knit one than the other. But yeah, that's a lot. So, but it's fun. I enjoy it. All right, what's new? What acquisitions have I gotten? Well, I've gotten a few. So let me just share with you. First of all, I'm in the Freckled Whimsy Christmas Club, and this has been out for a while, so I don't think it's spoiling anybody's surprise if you're in it. But it's this one is called Christmas Playlist. Isn't that so pretty? I just love it. So this is the Christmas Club with Freckled Whimsy. Every month you get a Christmas colorway, and there's different options you can choose from. I chose to have a sock mini to go with it. If you watch the Crazy Sock Lady, she does this as well, and she has already started knitting hers up using her own sock pattern, the heel toe do-si-do, and these colors are simply stunning. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy her. I'm going to wind this up probably this week and start make another whip here. But I just love it. I think it's so pretty, and that pattern, you should check that out. Sets these colors off just perfectly. It's kind of a zigzag pattern, and I love it. My second yarn acquisition came from 3 by the Sea. This is a fingering weight sock set called Memories of Paris. Oh, I can't get over that. Look at that. Those pinks are so perfect. And then that little brown sand color to go with it. Oh, I just love it. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to pet this for a while. It's just the softest yarn. And I'm going to tell you what, this company, they were so helpful. I ordered this from their Etsy shop, and I accidentally ordered the DK weight. And when I realized it, I contacted them, and she said, oh, I think we're out of the fingering. She goes, but let me check and just see if there's a stray one somewhere. So bless her heart, she looked, and she couldn't find it. And so she said, I don't have it. She said, but if you wouldn't mind waiting a couple of weeks, we're going to be doing a trunk show. We'll be dyeing some more up, and I would switch it out for you then. I said, I don't mind waiting at all. So she did that, bless her heart. So I got the fingering weight after all. And then I also ordered from them. They did a trunk show, by the way, at Suncoast Yarns in Tampa, Florida. And I was just there. My daughter lives near Tampa. And I was just in that yarn shop, so it was fun. I watched her her podcast, and they showed film from being in the shop, so that was fun. But I ordered these cute little coffee stitch markers and this pretty little heart one. It was Valentine's Day. It was on my mind, so I got that one too. So I just think those are sweet. And then my final acquisition, didn't have any intentions of getting any more yarn, but I watch Boston Jen's Downseller Studio. I listen to her podcast. She has an audio podcast. And if any of you listen to her podcast, you will know that she's really close with her mother, Boston Jen's mom, and she makes periodic visits to her podcast. Well, a couple of years ago, she was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer, and has been doing fairly well, but went through treatment. Everything was shrinking, but suddenly it's all coming back again. And so February is her birthday month. So a lot of yarn dyers and people in the yarn industry are doing fundraisers for her for the month of February. She has set up Boston Jen's mom has set up a charity for a blind school in Nevada that helps people, homeless blind people, get established in life. And so she's been trying to raise money for that, so that she leaves behind a legacy for her. Well, Legacy Fiber Arts dyed up a special skein of yarn in her honor. It's called Fearless, because that's the name of her her charity. Fearless, F-E-A-R, and then the second word is less, so Fearless. And so they made this colorway in her honor. It's called Fearless. And I think 50% of all the proceeds went to her fundraiser. So as soon as I heard that, I just thought, I'm going to do that. So I ordered that yarn, and it's really pretty speckled yarn. So her name's Diane, and if you are a person of prayer, she could use it. Hard days for her. Okay, so I think that's all I have for acquisitions. That's probably quite enough. Oh, shop news. Oh, I'm excited. Robinznest on my Etsy shop. Probably tomorrow, my new bags will be stocked. My spring line. So excited about this. You are getting the first look. So let me show you. Okay, first of all, for my gnome loving friends, I have spring gardening gnomes here. So we have this awesome little bag. Zipper. Has a zipper on the outside you can store things in. This zipper has a progress keeper on it. There's a detachable handle. So there you go, garden gnomes. I have several customers that like their gnomes, so here you go. So that's one of the bags. And then I had some fabric left from some baby things I made my granddaughters about 3 years ago. Isn't that so pretty? It's so springy, bright pink. So same kind of bag. This one has, let's see. Oh, this one has a little bird progress keeper on it, detachable handle. And I have new tags, by the way. Look at that. So I put those on my bags. I worked really hard trying to figure out what kind of tag I wanted. You know, did I want something to sew on? Did I want something, I had buttons before, but I thought of these tags. I love these little chain, like keychain things. They're kind of out of the way. Your yarn shouldn't tangle in that. So I'm excited about that. I got these at an Etsy shop called Shirt Republic. So easy to work with, so helpful. They designed first the nest. It didn't have any eggs in it. I said, can we put some eggs in there? So then we got to that point, and very affordable, very well done. I was very happy. So that's one of my spring bags. And then I think my favorite one is the teal colored one. Now this fabric was also leftover fabric. I can't get it anymore. I've searched and searched and searched, and I can't find this fabric anymore. So this is it. I think I'll have two or three of these bags. I'm so tempted to keep one myself because I just love it. So there's the inside. This one has the little bird progress keeper on the zipper pull. Just love these so much. If I was going to buy one today, that's the one I'd buy. So I'm trying to see how many of those I have. I think I just have two. I have two of the pink and two of the teal. So they're one of a kind. If you like them, you better get one quickly because they're not gonna get to make any more. And then I love this one too because Easter is coming. So here's my Easter bunnies and carrots bag. Isn't that the sweetest? Got little bunnies and carrots. Has a little bunny zipper pull and a little carrot progress keeper. And let's see, the inside of this bag is blue. So I think I'm going to have 3 or 4 of these. And again, once they're gone, they're gone. So, and then I was so excited because I found these sweet little bunnies and carrots. I decided to make some stitch markers. So this will be also in my shop. It's a set of 5 bunnies and carrots stitch markers. These will be $8. And I think they're just so, so cute. Turned around the wrong way. So there's 3 bunnies and 2 carrots in each set. So anyway, these should be showing up in my shop by tomorrow, President's Day. Love for you to check it out. It's Robinznest Knits at Etsy.com. Okay, let's see. Oh, I was going to share with you. I was making my bags, working on them one day this week, when not just once, but twice, I had a zipper come apart. The zipper pull came off the track, and I was like, no, I don't live close to town, so to run to town to get a zipper is an excursion, and I was just so sad. So I looked up on YouTube, as you do, how to repair a zipper, and below there is a hack how to do it involving a fork. I'm going to link to the video how to do it below. It actually worked for me on one zipper. I haven't been able to get this zipper back together yet. I don't know why, what the difference was. They're the very same kind of zipper. The other zipper just magically went together, and this one I've struggled with. So I kind of just set it aside and I'll work on it another time, but I think it's fixable. So if you ever have that problem, it's a very helpful short little video you can watch to help fix that up. Okay, reading. I have been reading a good book called Frozen River. It's by Ariel, let's see if I can read her name, Ariel Lawhon, Lawhon. I've really enjoyed this book. It's a fiction. It's about, it's set in the 1700s, and it's about a woman who is a midwife, and she's married and I think she's had 9 children. 3 of them have died when they were younger. And there's an antagonist in the story, the bad guy, and I've really liked it. It's good writing and it's a good storyline, and I'm about halfway through. I'm going to try to finish it up in the next couple days. It's a library book and it's due back, so I have to get it back in. But I've really enjoyed that, and I would recommend it very much. And as far as watching, we did watch a Netflix series called Fool Me Once. And if you like whodunits, that kind of thing, it's a pretty good story. I think there's 8 episodes, and it kind of has a lot of twists and turns in it, and I didn't suspect the way it ended, so it was kind of a surprise ending for me. So it was good. I would also recommend that. Other than that, life has just been going pretty calmly. Just waiting for spring like everyone else. My husband's going to go out this week and trim the grapevines and start getting those ready. So that's kind of exciting. Keeping a close eye on my blueberries. My strawberries are looking really good. We got to clean our raspberry patch. So we have a lot to do. It's becoming the busy season of the year, but we're both looking forward to it, being outside and enjoying nature. So I thought today I would close my podcast in honor of Valentine's Week. I'm going to read a quote from the book I'm reading, Frozen River. It's, I just thought it was so sweet. So she says, I step into my husband's arms, soaking up his warmth and scent. We are in the twilight years of a long love affair, and it has recently occurred to me that a day will come when one of us buries the other. But I remind myself that is the happy ending to a story like ours. It is a vow made and kept till death do us part. It is the only acceptable outcome to a long and happy marriage, and I am determined not to fear that day whenever it arrives. I am equally determined to soak up all the days in between. And I just loved that. It's the only acceptable outcome to a long and happy marriage is when you lay one into the arms of God. Just so romantic, so sweet. Anyway, happy Valentine's Week to you, and happy President's Day to those who live in the U.S. tomorrow. I sure appreciate you taking the time to watch my podcast. There's so many out there, and we only have so much time. So the fact that you do take the time and watch what I have to say means so much to me. It's really, really special. And I've also learned how much it means to leave a comment for someone. When people leave comments on my podcast, I just appreciate it so much. It's so good to get to know you and to meet people. And so please do leave a thumbs up or a comment below. That matters. It really does. And so until next time, enjoy your knitting. Bye.